to Morning Joe, live from Java Joe's in Des Moines, Iowa, where we're talking right now with Republican frontrunner Donald Trump. I think he has a few fans here.
Just a few, and they all have books. So
they all have
a
books.
line. He's going to have a line. The books are very helpful. They taught Mike Barnicle a thing or two.
Yeah.
We've brought our friends on board. Mike Barnicle, Mark Halperin now join the conversation along with Willie, Joe, and me.
You know, it's very interesting, too, and then talking about the Trump phenomenon. You know, a year ago, I was telling you I thought that Donald had a great chance because my brother bought Art of the Deal back in the 1980s.
Along with millions of other people.
And became a massive fan of Donald's and you know, deep roots. And we just brought in the owner of Java Joe's. What did he tell you?
He said, I read your book, and that's what did it. And I said, I want a piece of this restaurant, right? He's got 5 of them.
You don't stop. You're running for president. No more business.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, Mike Barnicle, first question to you.
Mr. Trump, the unemployment rate in Iowa is roughly about 4%, and the unemployment rate nationally is pretty decent when you look at it. But wage growth here in Iowa and across the country has not caught up, apparently, to the rise in the economy for a lot of people. For most people, wage growth has remained stagnant. So if you believe wage growth is stagnant, if you believe wage growth ought to be an important element of the economy, how do you go about linking up the two?
Well, first of all, the median income, which people don't even talk about, was higher 10 years ago than it is now. Okay, so when you think about it. Second of all, the numbers, when you hear the 5%, the 4%, the 6%, any number you hear, it's meaningless because people look for a job, they can't find a job, they give up, and now they are, statistically, they're considered employed. It's a phony number. It's a number that was meant for politicians to make them look good. But when you say 5.2% in this country, there's no way. And frankly, if it was really that number, I wouldn't have 35,000 people coming to rallies. Believe me, they would not be coming. They wouldn't have to come.
It's not just jobless coming to the rallies. It's wages. I mean, they have been flat for years.
It's also, you know what else? It's also the quality of the job. I don't know if you saw the last report. The quality of the jobs is unbelievably low. It's unbelievably bad. And the other thing is the part-time jobs. People have part-time jobs now. People that had full-time jobs are now having
So how do we
jobs.
change that?
We have to bring the jobs back. We have to bring our manufacturing back. Right now, China has it. By the way, Mexico is doing a number on us. It's unbelievable. And I do great with the Hispanics. I love the Hispanics. I employ thousands of Hispanics right now, tens of thousands over the years. Mexicans, they're great. They're great people. I deal with them in so many different capacities. The country's great. The leaders of Mexico are so much smarter and more cunning. You know, cunning is an important word. You know that word very well. But they're more cunning than our leaders, and they're taking advantage. Companies are moving to Mexico. Nabisco just left. They're leaving Chicago. They're moving their big plant to Mexico. Ford is building a $2.5 billion plant in Mexico. I mean, everybody's going to Mexico. And we're losing so much. The quality of our jobs are not good.
I want to bring it back to wages, though, because isn't that part of the problem? And what would you do to try and infuse some energy into the wages that the American people are taking home? It's not enough. On minimum wage, you can't even support a family.
Well, it's all about the jobs, because we have to bring jobs back. We have to bring our manufacturing back. You take a look at the kind of jobs we have. That last report, if you look at it, it sounds good on the outside, but on the inside, they actually say the jobs are not good jobs. They're not high-quality jobs.
So what policies do we implement to bring those jobs back here?
For one thing, you know what we need also in this country? We need spirit. This country doesn't have spirit. We need a cheerleader. It doesn't have spirit. I mean, you look. People love the country, but they don't have a cheerleader. And I thought, one thing with Obama, I thought he'd be a great cheerleader. I never thought he was going to be a good president, to be honest with you. I thought he'd be a good cheerleader, which is very important. He's a divider. He's not a cheerleader. He's a divider. And if you're African American, which I think I'm going to do fantastically with the African American vote, there was one poll that said 25%, and if I get 25%, the election's over. But if you're African American, you're doing horribly. You're doing horribly. African American youth is doing worse than it's ever done, essentially.
We actually had Tavis Smiley on 2 days ago, and then we had the head of Black Studies at Princeton on yesterday saying the same exact thing, that it's just the situation has gotten much worse over the past 8 years.